Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Darwin in the Northern Territory. This morning we're going to take a walk down Smith Street Mall. We're about 2 weeks away from Christmas, actually about 10 days. We're just on Nucky Street right now. We'll go up here is Raintree Park. The area in the evenings is a little bit busier. We've got some nice restaurants just past the lights here. They've been put here so you can come and take a photo in the evening with these decorations all lit up. I think there's some lights in the trees as well. Quite often on a Saturday morning you'll get the Darwin City Brass Band playing here, just at the intersection there of Smith Street and Nucky Street. Little statue here of Charles McDowell Stewart, and he explored from Adelaide to Darwin. Fairly tough trip. Okay, so we'll just head into the Smith Street Mall. It is fully open. There's no restrictions. About the only COVID restriction is the check-in app, the Northern Territory check-in app. But they're all open. As you can see, it's reasonably quiet, particularly given it's about 11:30 in the morning. But a lot of people do come into the city for work from the outlying suburbs and from the outlying city of Palmerston. So as you can see, plenty of room, no congestion, plenty of parking. It's reasonably warm, but you can walk up any of the arcades. They're fully air conditioned if you need a bit of a break. This area right in front of us now is a fountain, but obviously with the construction on the left, no fountain going for the kids at the moment. So enough shade with these smaller trees and shade sails. Alright, just had a small break there because the gimbal for the camera overheated, so we've just straightened that up and we will continue on. It will become a little bit busier in the afternoon, but being in the Darwin City Centre, not a lot of visitors this time of day. We have the larger Casuarina shopping centre, which does take quite a bit of business for the shoppers. They will tend to go there. But there's plenty of room, a lot of nice specialty shops in the mall here. A few outdoor cafes. Now this building on the left, which is now the Westpac Bank, was originally, I think, the Bank of New South Wales, and it was bombed fairly heavily in 1943 by the Japanese. So we're almost at the end of the mall here. This road is Bennett Street. Now across the road here is the Smith Street Social. If you need a refreshment, it was originally the Commonwealth Bank for 40 or 50 years. But now it's a pub. All right. On our right here, it's the Charles Darwin Centre, which is the Pasquale building from the Pasquale Pearling Company. Building maybe 4 or 5 years old, of world-class standard. Just showing you this Christmas tree here, fully lit up at night. And we'll just take a stroll down on the other side of the mall, just so you can have a look at what sort of shops are here. Brand new Tommy Bahama store. I haven't been in there to check it out as yet. Looks like they've got a pretty good range. And we're just coming up here to what was the Victoria Hotel. People of my vintage may remember it as a fairly busy and a very lively place to have a beer in the 80s and 90s. Unfortunately, it is closed as a pub right now. However, there is some interest from some business groups to get that up and running again. There's an arcade that runs underneath. But a beautiful old stone building. Paul Arnold Gallery there, one of our local wildlife and nature photographers. Just on the left here is the arcade. A few takeaway restaurants, a lot of shops in there. So a good chance to duck in and get some air conditioning. There are some vacant areas and shop fronts on the mall. If you're looking to get into a business, plenty of opportunity there. Darwin Camera House moving to a bigger and better premises around the corner near Delaney's Country and Western store. So it'd be interesting to check that out in a week or so when they are fully open. Just on the left is the original Burns Philp Travel Centre. So the building still remains, but I don't think the company is in existence anymore. Alright, so we've just turned left now. We're on Nucky Street, so we'll just go for another stroll just up here a little bit so you can see what this looks like. A few more people getting about as we get closer to lunchtime. Just on our right here is the Ridges Hotel. Was the site of the original Darwin post office. This deadly hair dude guy is doing some great work in training up a lot of indigenous hairstylists, and they actually go out to various communities where they would not see a hairdresser very often. So yeah, some terrific work going on there by the owner of the Deadly Hair Dude. Some interesting bikes here. I used to ride a bike years ago, so maybe I'll get another one. You've probably noticed a lot of these orange scooters and bikes by Neuron. You just need an app on your phone. You can jump on one of these and zoom around if you don't want to walk around in the sunshine. So a bit of fun. And you will find them in most places. So we're just going for a look on the other side. This is part of the Raintree Park. A few restaurants here on the right. I think this new one, Sapphire, is doing quite okay. Gets very busy in the evenings. A lot of great Asian fusion style restaurants in Darwin now. So whatever style you do prefer, plenty of options available. In front of us is the old Woolies building, and upstairs is the Charlie's bar. So we'll just go for a little bit of a stroll just down Nucky Street, just to the lights here. So yeah, if you like to do some Christmas shopping without the crowds, Darwin City Centre is a great option. All the shops are open. Just on the right here is where the new camera house is going in, and of course right next to Delaney's Country and Western. If you need your Lee jeans or some new boots or a hat, that's the place to go. Reasonably famous restaurant, the Moorish. Haven't been in there myself, but I hear it's a nice place to go. Alright, so we're just coming up to the intersection here of Kavanagh Street and Nucky Street. Massive big fishing store across on the other corner there. And the guys can give you all the tips on where is a good place to go to catch your barramundi.